My rant this morning, and this is, a relatively quick one, is the GOP. It's titled "The GOP's Casual, Cynical, Disrespectful Democrat Party Slur." And I start out by pointing out that, I frequently see on message boards and on social media people calling the Republican Party the Rethuglicans or the Republicans or the Repukes, stuff like that. And these slurs, on the Republican Party, I get it. People want to trash the party. At a certain level, their election denialism, their birtherism, their trickle down, all these lies are worthy of some sort of disrespect. But generally speaking, both society and the American media just never ever use those words. They see it as a childish sign of disrespect, a school taunt, as it were, to say the Rethuglicans, Which is why, so they always say the Republican Party, period, or Republicans. I mean, I've never heard anything different on network news. And I'm guessing the same is true for you. Which is why it's so baffling when you turn on the Sunday shows and there's some Republican on there and he goes, well, the Democrat Party this and the Democrat Party that, and Mitch McConnell on the floor in the well of the Senate, oh, the Democrat Party. And I mean, really? There is no such thing as a Democrat Party. It was called the Democratic Party. It was named by Thomas Jefferson, for God's sake. It's the oldest and longest lasting successful political party in the history of the world. It's 240 years old. And Republicans use this intentional slur. Where did this come from? Well, it came from that, Republican Senator Joe McCarthy. He was a drunk, a political opportunist, and most people regarded him as a pompous ass. And him and Roy Cohn, who was his right-hand man, engineered this thing in the 1940s, where they for 20, I believe it was 28 days, maybe it was 26 days, every day he had these hearings that were televised on national television about communists and homosexuals in the Army and the State Department. And while most people remember his going after the communists, his going after gay men was even worse. There was a Democratic senator, in fact, whose son was arrested for soliciting sex from an undercover cop. His name was Lester Hunt. His son was Lester Hunt, Jr. And McCarthy went on television and threatened to blackmail him. He said, there is a Democratic senator, or a Democrat senator out there who's trying to bribe a police officer not to reveal his homosexuality. Well, it was actually about his son, and there was no bribe involved, but Senator Hunt took a .22 into his office in the Senate and committed suicide after McCarthy said that. And then in the following year, I mean, McCarthy still was raging against gays. There were over 5,000 arrests of government employees who were suspected of being gay because of what McCarthy did. And this was it all boiled down to his slur, this Democrat Party slur. So my question is, when is the media going to stop allowing Republicans to use this slur? And do you reach out to people when you hear this slur on television and point it out? I do. I encourage you to.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program.